Morning. We are getting things ready to go here. We're gonna fire old Bruiser up here. Straight pipes. It rained last night. But we're gonna fire up. Let this truck warm up a little bit. We need to check the bolts or the nuts that we did on the turbo. We're just gonna check, make sure they're still tight. And we gotta put some air in a tire or two here. I'm gonna try out my new Milwaukee air inflator and see if it'll work on one of these tires. How well it'll work anyway. I know it will work, but let's see if we get a suet shower. Big cam. I'll show you guys real quick. I played with this thing already a little bit, so I know how it kind of operates. But full battery, hose, different attachments for it. Unwind the hose. It ain't like a regular air jug. You actually gotta screw it on there, get it all snugged up. Power button. See, everything's all lit up there. 19 pounds of pressure. So this thing was low, so we're gonna run the pressure up to where we want it. That's it. I think this thing's good for 125, 150 pound PSI. Run it up to 105. It says it can air a 33-inch tire up in less than a minute. So we're 19. Just for reference, it's 725 right now. See how long it takes to air this tire up. I'm curious of, how hard is it going to be on the battery? So we've been going for 5 minutes straight now. It's 7:30. We've gained, let's say, 25 pounds. Let's just round up to 20. Start at 20. Let's round it up. We're at 46 pounds just as I'm talking here. And down to 2 bars on the battery. I'm gonna go until the battery at least goes dead. Battery goes dead, we'll see what we gotta do. We'll check, see where it's at on pressure. But I mean, it's not a heavy duty tire inflator. It's designed for cars and trucks. Probably not, ideal for what we're doing. But we're experimenting here. Anybody knows me knows I love Milwaukee stuff. I became an addict. I don't have a lot of Milwaukee stuff, but what little bit I do, I love it. So, it's kind of an extreme test on something that's not designed for doing semi-trucks. A tire that was just a little low on a semi, probably wouldn't be bad, but I mean, this tire was, might as well say, flat. I went ahead and shut it off at 90 pounds. You can see it goes up and it backs back off at 89.5, close enough. 747, so we ran for 20 minutes straight. Still got 1 bar. It's warm, but it's not hot, so that's a good thing. So I'm gonna unhook all this, put this away, and go and get my air gauge and check to see how close we are to here. We just hit it with the old air stick here. You can see we were showing 89, I think it was, on the air inflator. We're right there on the money. So my honest opinion, is it worth trying to use on a semi-truck? No. Maybe if you're just, 5-10 pounds low, you got a flat tire, that's probably more ideal. Just show you. That hooks up to your service line. You got this end over here. They're not expensive, a whole lot cheaper than that Milwaukee tool. As far as having something in your personal vehicle, take to the racetrack for instance, that thing probably lasts 2 or 3 weeks like that. But you see, we ran it for, 25 minutes? Probably not ideal for it. Sucked the battery down pretty good, but it was still chugging along there, 1 bar left, so. I think we probably could have hit 100 on it, but with it getting warm, I don't want to burn my new toy up. You know what I mean? So we're going to go ahead and, we're going to check the nuts on the turbo, make sure that they're still tight. Then we're going to head on down the road, and I'll give you guys a little bit of an update on what I know what's going on with Fireball. Well, here's the deal, kids, on Fireball. They found a cracked bolt on it, and so they had to come up. They got a guy, he's got a special machine, going to go through and fix things up. Long story short, a little more work than just an overhaul. They got to do a little cleaning up, machining type stuff. Not sure. It'll be tomorrow when he shows up. Once he gets done, they ought to be able to start reassembling. So, fingers crossed, next week at the latest, Fireball will be ready. But, I mean, if everything rolls together, I'd say late Friday, but, I don't know what the story's going to be there. As far as the bolts here on Bruiser, for the turbo manifold connection, the nuts are still tight, so we'll take it. I can tell you that idler pulley sure is a squalling. We just got up here to Chicago. It's almost 9 o'clock. Pretty close to it anyway. Had to stop back in Effingham because heading over to get loaded down in Tennessee, this thing's had a horrible belt squeal. And typically that's a sign that you're getting ready to lose either a tensioner pulley or a idler pulley, something along them lines, just the sound of it. I mean, that's possible to be something else, but man, listen. That was rough to listen to most of the day. And naturally, when I get out there to see where what squealing daggum thing quits. Daggum trucks, I tell you. Something I found neat today, though, when I stopped and picked up some the pulleys there in Effingham for this truck, and the parts guys just chit-chatting with them, and he asked where Fredericktown, Missouri was, because I told him, 100 miles south of St. Louis, about 50 miles west of Cape Girardeau, and he goes, is that close to Flat River, Missouri? Why, yes it is, bud. He says, my grandparents are from Flat River, Missouri. They ain't been called Flat River in years, so I knew it was an old story, And unique thing is grandparents used to own the property where the college is there in town. So I thought that was pretty neat. We're up here, we're gonna get unloaded in the morning, go get reloaded and start back towards Missouri.